I went to my acupuncturist yesterday. I got all my Chinese medicines back.
I'm about to go visit one too.
Really?
Yeah. I had to get a new one. My other one passed away.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So
he had
medicine didn't work.
He had terminal cancer.
Oh.
So
you ain't.
Great job.
We great.
Great.
And our opener.
Great.
Yeah, he's a traditional Chinese doctor, and he was so traditional. He was a Jewish man, and
oh wow.
Yeah, but he put me on. Anyway, I'm rambling here.
No, you're fine. We already going.
You good?
Oh yeah, I got real sick at the beginning of the year. Like, you know how everybody was sick at the beginning of the year, but nobody could get over it because I was on antibiotics twice. I had a whole chest infection. I had to go get an X-ray, all this other, just testing some SAG insurance, and
I remember having SAG insurance.
Oh. How was it?
Yours is still activated?
Yeah, I work.
She like, I work.
But my what do you mean his is still activated?
Because you said you remember having yours.
Oh, it'll go off if you not working for a certain amount of years. They don't count residual money.
They do count residual money. If you don't make $25,000, there's a income threshold. So if you don't make, because you remember, so I remember during.
There's a cap on it.
There's a cap.
I hit that cap.
So during COVID, Sharon Stone was on Instagram saying she lost her insurance because she didn't make $25,000 that year. So she lost her SAG insurance. So if the SAG is a threshold, they do count residuals. So thank God I was on the cartoon because the cartoon residuals are how I hit the threshold to be able to keep my insurance.
Oh, you want to know what?
That's why I dug into the question.
You know what's up? You're right, and I did because I was on Lil Kev, but I wasn't even thinking.
That
counted.
You should. Did you pay your dues?
Yeah, I pay my dues.
Okay. So,
but I'm under my wife insurance right now.
Living it up.
That's what I be needing my insurance.
She's
I don't
a
know
teacher.
if it's activated.
Huh?
I said I don't even. I've been able to work, but I was like, I need to really activate because they keep asking me when I go get my physical therapy. Like, you got your insurance? I'm like, let me.
Oh yeah, you definitely should have SAG insurance.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, SAG insurance is great now.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna go to the what comment. You know what it is? The same thing with my credit. Thank goodness my credit is finally is where it really should be. But the point is that when you growing up in the hood, right? What happens is my credit was crazy, not because it was ruined, but I didn't have any. Because when you grow up in the hood, you just go cash. You're not even thinking about trying to. You're like, yo, because you don't want debt. Let me get it out the way. Here go cash. Everything is cash. Then you realize as an adult how crazy the system is. The system is on some BS. So they've doubled down on it to everybody else to say, okay, we're gonna include you guys in on this BS. We ain't got no money at the top.
Right.
We ain't got no money, so y'all ain't got to have no money either.
Right.
So y'all pay our bills, and so we pay our bills.
And you start keep looking at it, it's like, y'all do got money up there.
It's a whole thing. But anyway, I'm gonna definitely, that's what's up. I'm gonna activate my insurance.
Do we need to sit down and look at the SAG insurance? Because you know,
no. Actually, you know what?
It's a different website.
Right. So, but I do want to talk to you after. Yeah,
because I want you to have. But you can only, because here's the thing about SAG insurance is that if you miss the deadline to pay it, you only can do it because I remember 2016, I'm on the phone with this lady because I was traveling and I just missed the deadline to pay it. I had the money and I just missed it. And I remember crying on the phone to this lady, being because it was my first, because I was just became a full-time comic. So, and full-time performer, so I needed this insurance. And I'm crying on the phone to this lady, please, I have the money.
Right.
Please let me read. And so she did some letter and she let me read, but they're you only give you 1 or 2 times for the entire coverage of your life.
Wow.
So if you're an actor for your whole life and can reach SAG your whole life, you can only up one payment. Now you can not pay your dues. They just won't pay you your residuals and you just can't work. But if you don't pay your insurance, it's like every other insurance company because it's like Blue Cross Insurance, it's PPO. So they still have to follow those rules where it's just no, you missed the premium payment. You could only enroll at a certain time. So it's how long have you been in SAG?
Oh, I've been in SAG at least 2000.
10 years at least, right?
2011?
Oh, yeah.
10, 11, something like that.
So what insurance have you had? You just been walking around just loose?
Well, that's
yeah.
Real insurance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why.
The I'm a BI insurance.
Let me introduce you to how the real world works, which is
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna break it down.
Because real world's crazy.
I'm saying.
That was one of my
real-
favorite shows on MTV.
No, I'm gonna
You mean
explain.
real world or your world?
Real world.
Whose world?
The real world. Real world.
Okay, so I'm so your world. Go ahead.
Let me explain. When you grow up in the hood, we don't grow up. Insurance, none of that as not. If you grow up with insurance, that already is that's a beautiful thing.
Get that off your sweater.
Thank you. That's about my sweater. Stupid character.
So hold on. So
Okay.
this is my question. What state did you grow up in?
Right here in L.A., South Central L.A.
Okay, so most states. So I grew up mostly in Georgia and Florida, mostly
Gotcha.
Georgia.
Hey,
So-
me too.
You're welcome. And so if you were at a certain income threshold,
Right.
most states, regardless of your parents' economic status,
Okay.
the state will give you insurance.
Okay.
So like Georgia has something called Peach Care.
Okay.
So no matter if your parents might not have had insurance because of whatever job they had, but the state will give a child insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how. So like when my mother she had jobs where she had insurance, and then she had jobs where it hadn't been offered yet, or she's in between jobs because she had her own businesses. So when she had her own businesses, she didn't have insurance.
Right.
But the state always gave us insurance. And so I think one of my aunties, I don't know, I was a child. It wasn't none of my business. But it's like kids always had insurance. Now your mother is,
Right.
but the kids always had
protected.
insurance because that's just how the state was.
I think we're talking about the same thing in two different ways. There's the facts of what's actually happening,
Right.
and then there's a perception of the world. It's like, I don't remember having insurance. Yes, the state might have absolutely been there.
Oh, I remember having insurance because it's like my brother had glasses, and then my brother needed braces, and then it was like, and then sometimes my brother would play sports. So when you have a kid that does this, like I remember I twisted my ankle one time. So it was always I knew about. Also, my mom was by the time my mom was 23, she was raising us by herself.
Right.
So I knew so much because it was just the three of us.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was just more involved. Sometimes I knew nothing, and then sometimes it's like, oh, we're taking you to the dentist because the insurance came in. We're taking you to here. So I was cognizant of the fact of you have to go to the doctor.
but
you have to do this.
You were cognizant of it.
But my mother was always like, you need to go because my brother needed glasses. So it was
your
always
mom was
like,
cognizant.
Right.
So like let me give you.
because my brother was cross-eyed like a so they needed glasses.
Right.
Right.
So I care. We were pressed.
So I don't know. I won't say me because I don't know what the statute of limitation is. But perhaps
On insurance?
on life. We're just talking.
Well, it's
There might have been a kid that I knew who did a backflip off a truck and broke both his arms. And,
no, the statute sustained. Go ahead.
yeah. Okay. So
We don't know this kid.
Yeah, we don't know this kid.
This is hypothetical.
Hypothetical. He broke his arms. And
So he landed wrong.
No, he didn't know how to do a flip off a truck. I don't know what the fuck his dumb ass
Okay.
idea was.
So
But
hypothetical.
The nigga broke both his arms.
Because he landed wrong because he had no business doing it in the first place.
Exactly.
Sustained.
That's
Go
all.
ahead.
He's on it. He falls down. Probably has a concussion. Goes to the homie's house and was like, "Ooh, I'm a little woozy." And then catches up. All right, cool. That night, his mother tried to make him like carry some groceries. He's like, "I can't carry this shit." Next day, wakes up, arm still hurt. Well, mom don't know. I don't know. She worked at a hospital, so she should have known if she had insurance or not. I don't know if she knew or not. I know that young man went and posed as somebody who knew they had insurance as their son and went under a different name to get the shit fixed. So you're 1,000% correct. The state might have covered it.
Listen,
but but niggas be dumb.
But you also understand, like, that was also like an episode of Friends
Yeah.
where one of them, as a grown adult, didn't have insurance. And I didn't watch the show often, but I remember this distinctly where it was just like,
I ain't watched Friends. Now.
it was,
They been single now.
I like Friends as a black dude.
Oh, did you?
I didn't always, sometimes I was like, because me and my mom used to make fun of my brother for watching it. And so every once in a while, you're just like, well, making fun of this nigga. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But there was an episode where one of the girls had to pose as the other one because she didn't have any insurance. So it's not to say that people always don't have it. It's just that when it comes to like, you're paying dues into the union.
Right.
And so because you're paying dues into the union and your insurance coverage is based on how much you work, you have technically earned your insurance. So if you're not using your insurance, then you are not using a benefit of being a working performer, because there are plenty of people who are in SAG that don't qualify for the insurance.
We got a whole platform here. Niggas working. So let's just set us up, baby. Or you want me to do it?
But not only that, before we get into that, I was gonna say Mike Tyson said one of the best things about a woman is that they're teachers, and I feel like you just taught us a lot. So thank you.
I'm so tired of teaching you niggas.
I mean,
See, Justin, why you say that?
You know why I said it?
You know why?
What is he doing right now?
What?
Fucking laughing. That's why I said it, nigga. It's hilarious. We spend our whole lives keeping you motherfuckers alive. Every day it's hey.
And we got that dick. Hey.
No. Because I know there was a little girl standing there going, you probably shouldn't jump off that truck. And he did it anyway. I'm sure there was a little girl going, I don't think he know how to do it better.
I do not know how to do
That's
it.
why we need y'all.
No, y'all do spend a lot of time keeping us alive, as much as we spend a lot of time keeping y'all protected. Go ahead, BT. Come on. I'm protected.
Protected from who?
Protected
from y'all.
We ain't y'all biggest threat.
Come on.
No.
Not
But
the black men.
Not the black.
No one said black men.
Okay.
It's like
You just
y'all
said
are
men.
protected. And my question is, who are y'all protecting us from? That's always my question. If we're being protected, who are we being protected from? Because would you ever feel like you need to? I'm just asking.
Okay.
Because I hear this a lot. We keep y'all protected. Great.
Right.
From who?
Okay, so me being a married man.
Okay.
Hold on, stop. You were starting your podcast. Do you intro for your podcast?
No,
we're doing it.
We got it.
We got it.
He got it.
You were doing it.
As a married man, I'm protective of my wife. Okay?
Right, you should be.
That's physically, emotionally, spiritually, praying for her, making sure she has a house, car, money when needed. That's how I'm protected. As a black woman, right now, if somebody walked in here, talked sideways to you, I just met you today, I beat their ass.
That's good.
Okay, so that's how we protect you.
No.
So
That's how you protect.
I think any three of us, if a dude came in here
Yeah,
right
but it's
now,
some bitch ass niggas though. Is her point.
it is a lot of bitch
Right.
ass. There's always gonna be bitch ass
For
niggas.
sure, that's a fact.
Just like it's
The
always,
nigga that came in here was a bitch ass nigga.
there's always
Also, how'd he get in here? The number
one?
of doors that you got to go through.
The imaginary
the
nigga.
imaginary nigga.
Imaginary.
How does imaginary nigga get in here?
Hey, man.
First of all, we are at when I say undisclosed location.
Good.
And the
Good.
address was wrong. This nigga had to come yell down the street and
20
come
it was
get me.
10-11. You just read it
so
wrong.
that's not true. So GPS know what it's doing.
No, it
so
isn't.
like
You scripted it.
wait a minute. That's not what we
Hold
can't
on,
talk
when
about.
you got here
What's
today,
the
hold on. When you got here today, who complimented your hair?
Me.
Bam.
Yeah, because I paid for it. What are you talking about?
Here's-
How does
No,
that happen?
this is-
How is that protection?
This is protection.
Wait a minute.
He
This is
auto-
not what's on the
He
card.
automatically.
What's on the card? I don't want to do this.
No,
I will leave.
Don't
Let me
leave.
understand. I've been to enough therapy. If I'm not comfortable, I will leave.
Okay, I don't want you
My
to feel
car is
uncomfortable.
outside.
I don't want you to feel
So I did
uncomfortable.
not come out
I
here.
took her keys.
I took her
Hat.
keys.
I got a remote start on my phone. Keep the keys. I start the car from the fucking phone.
Go for it,
smart.
BT.
You gotta
Go
be- she's
for
So
it,
clever.
BT.
Listen, man. Hey. We starting on fire as
This
we
is
should,
a fiery
man.
start right here.
Another episode, man. I'm very, very excited to
Uh-oh,
be
she
here.
done put on the shade.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Another exciting episode. I am one of your hosts, BT Kingsley.
London Brown.
Justin Hires.
And man, we have an amazing guest here today. Fiery. Not the
Two phones, one card, nigga. I don't want to know.
I got two.
She is an Emmy Award winner. She is hilarious. She is making amazing waves through this business that we call entertainment, and then some on the
some.
comedy side. We love her. She be teaching stuff too, and we be needing it. Okay,
She don't want to teach, but
she don't want to
No, I
teach,
didn't
but
say I
she
didn't
gonna
wanna
do.
teach. It's
She
just,
get
you know.
frustrated, but she like them hugs, ladies and gentlemen. The
Give
one
it
and
up.
only
That's protecting you.
Dulcé Sloan.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Spicy. Go for it, BT.
So many things. All right. So, first things first. You are before I get to all the other stuff, you did something that we have not had the opportunity to talk to a lot of people about in that seat. And you did, I don't know. I would say it's the big jump, but that's because my perception might be
He be
askew.
jumping right in. Hold on. Go for it.
No. What you go ahead?
Sometimes I feel like we should get the backstory before we jump to the accomplishment.
Oh, no, I wasn't even in the accomplishments yet. I was
okay.
I was accomplished to Jake.
Okay.
I'd be on some bird shit.
This
You made the move from New York to LA. Bold gesture for a lot. You were in rarefied air in New York because a lot of comics I talked to in New York, comedians in New York specifically told me, you know what the difference is between New York and LA? Y'all care about all the important shit that we don't give a shit about. We just be getting up and having sex and so on and so forth. That wasn't your world. You were working.
Yeah.
And you were doing great.
Yeah.
And decided I'm gonna shift gears. I'm coming to LA, and it's working out here too.
Well,
Talk to me about that decision. And
I was in LA first. So I started in Atlanta and then in
Clark Atlanta University.
Brunel University. It's a very white school. But I also have an $85,000 theater degree with no loans. So I
Paid off my student loans too.
never had them. So I don't know what we're doing right now. I got
made the competition for no reason.
Nigga, you did.
No, I did it. I just said Clark Atlanta University.
Listen, we shut that school. I was like, oh shit, am I supposed to say my school? I got nervous because you said Atlanta, you said a school. I'm like, fuck, am I supposed to say my school? So it was just me being like, fuck. I was like, was I supposed to say why I went to school? That's my fault. I got nervous.
We gotta have a TV show together.
I'm very. The Clark Atlanta, like Brunel, I know what we're doing. And so. What I'm saying is that so I moved to LA in 2016 because I won Stand Up for Diversity, which was a comedy competition that NBC used to do, and I think they've changed the name now. I don't know, but I got a holding.
It's called No More Niggas. Oh,
that's what it feels. It ran into black people, and now it's just called comedy. And so I got a holding deal with NBC, and so I moved here in February 2016. And then the only reason I moved to New York was because I got Daily Show. I never wanted to live in New York. I never wanted to move to New York because I've always hated it with a passion. And so I never wanted to live there, but I moved there for Daily Show. And then I was on Daily Show for 7 years. And so I bought a house out here and then moved back out here because the goal was to always be here. And so I was only in New York because of Daily Show. And then I was done with Daily Show. I bought a house and moved back out here. So I was there specifically just for work, but that's how I got here in the first place, was for work. But I've only moved because of work. Like I did summer stock theater. I was living in Quakertown, Pennsylvania for like 3 months. I lived in North Carolina for a month doing theater. So I've always traveled for work. But yeah, the only reason I was there was because of Daily Show.
When you got Daily Show, was Jon Stewart still there, or was it Trevor?
It was Trevor. So Trevor had been on the show for 2 years when I got it. And so Jessica left when John left. And so Trevor wanted another black woman correspondent. And so I auditioned for the show.
Well, I'm going to get into my Daily Show questions then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the card.
It's on the card.
It's on the card.
Let me rip them up.
How'd you book? How'd you get the audition for Daily Show?
I want to thank you for this question.
Yeah.
Only because usually people ask me this question wrong.
Okay.
People usually ask me, how'd you get Daily Show? And I realize when comics ask me this, they're asking me more than what I think they're asking me more. Once I start answering the question, they're asking me more than what I think they are. So how did I get the audition for Daily Show? That is a question I wish more people would ask me. Because people go, how did you get Daily Show? And I go, I auditioned for it. And they go, well, what do you mean? I'm like, that's how you get on the TV show. And so I got the audition because one of the things was I was working full time as a comic. And so I had gotten a holding deal with NBC. I'd been on like 7 episodes of Comedy Knockout. I'd done some Talking Head stuff for one of them cable channels that nobody can remember. It's one of those things where you watch a video and go, I can't believe this man got hit in the head, and then you do that 100 times.
Gotcha.
And so you pack all your rainbow outfits into one suitcase and hope they don't melt before the end of the shoot because they're close from rainbow. But and then I had done the Road to Roast battle, and I didn't do great. I'm not a roaster, so my roast did not go well. And when it came out, a comic called me and goes, "Oh, God loves you because your roast didn't air." And I was like, "Thank God I still got paid." So it was crazy because the another roast on there was so bad. But I think it was like somebody must have been like, "We're not going to do this to her. We're going to take this off of here." But I was working consistently. And so Comedy Central hit up my manager and asked me to audition. And I called my manager and I was like, "I don't want to do it." Because I didn't want to move to New York. And I'd never really watched the show. And I didn't see myself as a political comic. Like, I talk about who I am as a person. So it's socio-political because I'm talking about my experiences as a human. But truly, like, Republican, Democrat, the Senate, like, I wasn't doing that. Which is exactly what Trevor was looking for. And so I get the audition and I don't want to do it. And one of my friends was supposed to help me. And I was actually in New York at the time. And shooting something, and one of my friends was supposed to help me, and then when she didn't help me, and I was like, "Oh, I guess it's not gonna happen." And my manager called me, he's like, "Where's the tape?" And I was like, "Oh, it didn't happen." He goes, I was like, "I guess I missed the deadline." He said, "Hold on." Called me back an hour later. He's like, "They gave you an extension." I'm like, "Motherfucker!" And so I get back to New York, and because I need somebody to do the tape with me. You've done enough tapes where like somebody has to read with you. And he called me on. So this was before Zoom. He called me on Skype. And I set my phone up on my laptop. And so he was the other reader on the audition. Because he's like, "I don't know what you're up to, but I'm not going to not let you audition for this."
This is your manager?
This is my manager.
Oh, wow.
Manager.
So, and then I was going through like, you know, my Google Drive one day, and I realized I'd actually auditioned for the show in 2015, and none of us remembered. To the show that the show didn't remember, my manager didn't remember, I didn't remember.
Wow.
None of us remembered. And so I get the second audition. So there's the first one you get and you have to write your audition out. So they give you one that's pre-recorded and then you have to write something.
Oh, wow.
And then they send you another one. And then I got a callback. And so they fly you out and then they put you up. And it was like me and Zainab and another girl. I think a girl named Makila. And so when you come out for the callback, you audition with Trevor. And so the first thing I did was I read, they gave me like something to do in a teleprompter, and because I'd done stuff with teleprompters before, and then I sat down with him and did the piece that I wrote. And so the second one I wrote was like, it's how hard it is to be black and patriotic, especially for me because my birthday is July 4th. And that was the whole, so the thing is you write what you say and you write what he says as well. So I wrote the whole desk piece out. And
that's how it is on the regular show too?
No.
Okay.
We have writers for that. And so I do the thing with him. You sit there for a second, you wait to hear back. I go to the airport and I get to the airport and my manager calls me and somebody goes, "Hold on." And then there's like, by the end of me holding on, there's like 20 people on the phone. And my manager goes, "Oh, you got it." And the first thing out of my mouth was, "Oh, now I have to move to New York."
Wow. And
they're like, "You're not excited?" I was like, "I'll call you back." And so, because I wasn't excited, because I didn't want to live there. And also it was like, I didn't know if I would do this, but more than anything, I didn't want to live in New York. And it was so funny because everyone was more excited for me than I was. Because I just was like, I kind of wasn't it's like I understood it, but it was just like I hadn't lived in LA for like, I just got in my apartment.
Okay.
So I moved to my apartment in like September 1st of 2016. And then September 1st, 2017, I'm moving to New York. So, and I think I just sublet my apartment because it happened so quick. So it's like I booked it in July. And I was like, what the fuck do I do? Like, I have this apartment now. What do I do with this apartment? And so I ended up like subletting it and shit. But like, it was just this thing of everybody was so excited and I didn't know what to do with everyone's excitement because I also didn't watch the show. So I didn't know what the fuck everybody was excited about. And then I just knew I had a job. And then I ended up going back to JFL. I was a new face in 2015. And I went back to JFL because I booked the show. And I had agents. I got my agents a year before, but I didn't have a booking agent. Because even though I had done Conan, unlike when any white dude does Conan, you don't automatically start doing clubs on the weekends.
Right.
A white boy gets Conan or late night or whatever, and now he's all of a sudden, no. I had to get Daily Show to start doing clubs on the weekend. So once I booked Daily Show, Then all of a sudden I get a booking agent from my agency. Here's the other thing. You're not allowed to tell anybody when you book this. Just like when you get new faces, you can't tell anybody. When you book this, you can't tell anybody. But the industry tells everybody. So I get to JFL, and now there's a bunch of men, like older white men, walking up to me and be like, hey, Dulcé, and then they're shaking my hand and then whispering in my ear, congratulations. You told me I couldn't tell my mama.
Right.
I couldn't tell my homegirl. I couldn't tell nobody. But everybody here fucking knows. And I asked one of my friends who's an agent, I said, how the fuck does everybody know? He said, oh, because everybody sent their clients out. And so when somebody books something, you have to let people know who booked it.
Oh.
So all of the agents, all of the managers, all of the reps knew. And so I'm standing on the patio at JFL one time.
Just for laughs?
Just for laughs.
For the people watching.
Sorry,
just for laughs.
Because most people, they get new faces and they don't come back. The only reason I was able to come back is because of Daily Shows. The only reason I came back all of those years is because of Daily Show. And then I got the variety thing in 2018. So it was this whole, and so now.
What was the variety, like on the list?
Comics to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
What up, y'all? Thank you for watching, man. Listen, we appreciate you, but I need you to go ahead and hit that little subscribe. Don't hit the little subscribe button. Thank you. That didn't take but so long. Look at you. Harmless. Because JFL does, the big hotbeds are varieties, comics to watch, and new faces.
right. And so now I'm standing on the patio and there's a million people outside.
What year is this?
This is 2017.
I was there.
And
Okay, I remember this. Yes.
And so I'm watching information move in real time. So I'm watching people whisper and then somebody else wave at me and it's going around the patio.
Oh, like
I'm not
like
supposed
seven.
to tell my mom.
Right.
I'm not supposed to tell my friends. But fucking strangers are telling my business and I'm seeing it move across the fucking, and I just go to my friends, I'm like, hey, I got fucking, before it gets around back to me.
Right.
We're all like, it's that commercial, you know, like, Bobby got a new chest hair. It's like, oh, we got an Oreo cake stir. Like that kind of shit.
Right.
So before it gets back to me, let me tell my friend before, because then everybody knew, but technically I wasn't supposed to say anything. So now I'm in LA and people are like, I heard you got Daily Show. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And Annie's like, I know you got it. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, Annie. But you can't say anything because you can't say anything. And so eventually I was like, this is none of my fucking business anymore. But it changed. So then I get it. I'm like, so I don't understand the significance of it, because I understand the significance of it, but I don't understand the significance of it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, I know it was a big deal, but I didn't know. For me, it was a job. And so I thought I got a job on a TV show. And then I called my mama when I got there, because I get there and there's an office and all this other shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I thought I was on a TV show. I'm in a fucking office. And so I called my mother and I was like, Mommy, I said, I worked hard to get out of an office. And then I've hard worked myself back into a fucking office.
In fucking New York.
In fucking New York, because on the first floor is a TV show. That's where the studio is. There's hair and makeup. There's editing bays. On the top floor, it's a fucking office. So when you're usually on a TV show, you don't interact with the writers. When you're on a TV show, the script is already done. That's not how this works. We make the show every day. So out of 52 weeks, we work for 40 weeks.
Sheesh.
So every day, the writers are doing shit, and I'm waiting to get called.
Y'all get Fridays off though, don't y'all?
Right, because no one shoots on Fridays. But so you could tour on weekends, but you spend all day waiting for somebody. So I would come to work, and you're literally at work. So like Josh put it, like you're at work. They pay you to be at work, so you're not somewhere else.
Josh Johnson.
Yeah, but that's how most, if you think about it, that's how most jobs are. I'm paying you to be here, so you're not using your skills somewhere else. And so there would be days where like, I know I had to shoot today. I know I come in, I got to shoot, da da da. And then other days I'm sitting there and it's like, oh, bagel, and somebody pops in your office like, hey, you're on the show today and you're in 2 sketches. Bye. And you're like, ah. And that's just you're just a doctor on call all day. It's just how the nature of it is. But people would ask me about the audition because you're trying to crack the code. And the weirdest thing about moving to New York was that I didn't realize how much comics coveted this job, because I went from Atlanta and then I came to LA. So I didn't know how much this particular job was coveted by comics. And so I get to New York and everybody's acting like, and so a lot of comics were just kind of like, I remember like when somebody was like, well, I know you're automatically passing the cellar because you're at Daily Show, right? And I was like, one has nothing to fuck to do
with the other.
And so, but the good thing is when I moved, it was me. So when I got Daily Show, Chris Red and Sam J both got SNL. So all of us moved at the same time.
Wow.
So at least when I was like, when out there, I had friends, but then with the SNL schedule, you never see them.
Right.
Like someone gets SNL, you're like, this nigga just disappeared. Gone. Me, on the other hand, hi, what y'all doing? I'm outside. Because I wasn't a writer on the show. It's not as strenuous because none of the correspondents are writers. I don't know who tells comics that the correspondents are writers, but we're not. We're not
Definitely
in
not
WGA.
those writers.
Now,
So y'all just deliver the jokes.
well, here's the thing. For the entire history of the show, that's what happened. But for most of the history of the show, they didn't hire comics. They hired comedic actors. So they weren't expected to write anything. Like Colbert and all of them were comedic actors. Like Steve Carell, Desi Lee, who's there now. Desi's not a comic. Desi's an amazing performer, but Desi's not a comedian. And so when Trevor came, he wanted comedians. And so the way he changed it is that the writers would write it, which is how the show had always gone. But then Trevor was like, yeah, but I want you to be in your voice. Because a bunch of dudes or whoever wrote this piece for me. I'm talking about the disparagement of black women's pay. Fuck does he know about this? Right. So
He know about it because he the one not paying y'all.
no, I mean
I'm joking.
the white boy writer. So he doesn't know nothing. So it's Josh started 2 months after I did. And that was great because I already was friends with him. And so he already knew my comedy style and knew his comedy style. And so there was really two people that I really worked with the most. And that was him and then Devin Delaquanti. Shout out to Devin. And so, because you have to figure out the person who knows your comedic voice and knows your voice as a person. And so Trevor changed us to where, since y'all are comics and you already have a voice as a comedian, the writers would write something, we'd go in a rehearsal, and then after rehearsal, we would go and put it in our voice. And one day I was like, why am I at the end of the process? Because sometimes we would completely rewrite it, and then there's no other rehearsal. Now I'm just live on the show.
Right.
Because we're live to tape. So it's like, can we change the process some? So he changed the process, and then I asked us to change the process again. Because it made more, because it was better, because I'm still a trained actor. So it makes more sense to me for me to be in rehearsal, because I have to go to rehearsal. So for me, it's put me at the beginning of the process. Let's have it in my voice, the first edit, not the third edit.
Yeah.
So by the time we get to rewrite after rehearsal, we're polishing this. We're not writing a whole new script because I have to go on the show. Right. All the other correspondents went home. And this has already been set in the script. We already had legal look at this. I have to be on the show today. So we can't scrap it if it doesn't work. So it makes more sense for me to be at the beginning of the process and not the end. So that's the other thing that changed with me and him being there.
Once you're there, you're on the show, it's happening, and you start to understand the magnitude of the show and the entity that it is.
Yeah.
How does that change things industry-wise for you, or your perception, or how you then move through it after that understanding?
Here's the thing. All the industry shit is my manager's job. I don't think about letters on a building. I don't think about who's where. All of that stuff is my manager's job. Only thing I have to worry about is, am I doing my job? And my job is to show up on work as close to on time. Here's the thing that was weird about that job. There was a bunch of white people wondering where I was at all the fucking time.
There was what?
If I was not on the show, nobody was wondering where I was.
Oh.
And that shit is weird. Because as a black person who's worked in offices, there's always some white person just wondering where you are.
Oh, yeah.
One day I got to work at 2. No one wondered where I was. And one of the black girls was like, you know you can't do this. I said, bitch, I just had to see. I just had to see. I just had to see if somebody would wonder where the fuck I was.
It's a nice ass office. Let me see if we flex.
Let me see if I can just get here after lunch. I just want to know if I can do it. And she was like, bitch. I was like, I hear you.
I hear you.
But I wasn't on the show. Nobody was wondering where the fuck I was.
Bitch, I just landed.
I just got here. Because she looked at me, she's like, did you just get here? I was like, what do you mean? I've been hot. Bitch, I just got there. I didn't do that often. Because I was like,
with the same manager that you was with?
I've been with my manager last week makes 11 years.
Wow. That's amazing. I did want to ask this question about The Daily Show. What was something that you learned about the American people while you were doing The Daily Show? Like, you did field pieces. Yeah, so what's something that you feel like you learned, good or bad, about just like the American people?
I hate Man on the Street.
Yeah.
Because you can't get genuine answers from Man on the Street because people are trying to be funny or someone's either trying to argue with you or trying to be funny, or we always have security with us, right? And some girl one time this white girl came running at me full speed. And one of our security guys, some Italian cat, just kind of like, and that motherfucker's Navy SEAL. One time he was gone, we're like, where were you at? He's like, what do you mean? We're like, never mind. On some Blackwater shit, right? Like, these are the same people that protect, like, we saw him one time with John Legend. Like, it's the same, it's like they wear these pins, it's the same company, right? And so she comes running at me full speed on the street. And he kind of steps over and goes, can I help you? And she's like, oh my God, I'm just so excited to see her. And I was like, yeah, girl, you scared the shit out of me though. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. And it's that level of you're not seeing me as a person. And I realized when you get on some of these shows, it's like, that's why people are so, I think it changed the way that I think about celebrity, because comics think I'm more famous than I am. I don't think I'm famous at all. And it's because you don't get famous the same way that you used to, right? And so
that's a fact.
It's not, I make about 5 people in the airport very happy. Just like, oh, the lady from the, because people like, where do I know you from? And I'm like, church. Nah, it's not that. But if you have to come and ask me where do I know you from, then why are we? Then I don't know what we're doing right now.
I saw Jamie Foxx got stopped the other day, and somebody like, man, shit, you look like Jamie Foxx. Jamie goes, I wish I had some of that Jamie Foxx money.
Yeah.
Right. Or somebody would be like, oh, you look like the lady from the Daily Show. I am that lady from the Daily Show. My favorite thing is, like, especially black people do this. They go, and I go, they go, and then that's the whole.
That's it.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
It's just like.
The whole exchange.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
But I think it's Man on the Street. One, I learned that those are either great or it's if my eyes could be yanked out. But yeah, I would tell them I hate Man on the Street, and they're like, "But you're so good at it." I said, "Because I'm good at my job."
Good at my job.
So you don't know that I am in my head. I am screaming because you got me sitting at a table in the summertime in New York all day asking people questions. And so some people really come up and they want to prove a point, but it's always some young white dude trying to come up and prove a point, and I bust his ass every time. And he'll go, well, da-da-da-da, and then I just lay out facts. It's like, well, that's not what I meant. I said, sweetheart, but that's what you said. And then it's just people online being like, that's what he said, that's what he said. And so they'll get stuff back in the edit, like, this is great. And I'm like, y'all don't understand. There was nowhere for me to pee. Like, you ain't got me out here all day, I can't drink water because nowhere will let me in. So it's me and security being like, we'll buy a bottle of water for her to pee. And he's like, no. I was like, Habibi, please, I've been outside all day. But the other thing that I learned is that some people either very much I understand why people, because for me, it was like, because I knew the joke writing of it, I didn't realize that that's how people would actually consume their news. They weren't going to any other source but the show. But we have to look at different things to be able to create the pieces on the show. I learned that this is how some people literally only take in their news. So the only way you take in your news is when we're making fun of this news.
How did you grow as a comic from being on the show?
I can tell you that Trump is not helping. And we would get all of these interviews during his first term where journalists would just assume that it was easier because of all the things that he was doing his first term, that it was helpful for comedy. And I remember we went to an interview one time and Costa just snapped. Because it was like the 5th time we'd been asked this weird question. And he was like, this is not good. He said, every day we're trying to figure out how to do this and make it make sense. This is not good for comedy. This is not good for anybody. But people just assume because this thing is so ridiculous and it's so crazy that this is funny. But you have to so Trevor would tell us, like, when we have something, it's the easiest way to get to the funny of it is look at the other side. So, like, if this is ridiculous thing is happening, what's the other side of this thing? Right. Or you don't agree with what's going on. I don't agree with this policy. Then come from the other side where it's the people talking about it who do agree with it. Because that's the most ridiculous part of it, because you know you're coming up with a wild ass law.
Right.
So as opposed to being like, I don't like this. Look at the side of I do like this and come from that way. And some people did it and some people didn't. But I think as a comic, what it did for me was help me realize that my voice, I'd been more established in my voice than I thought it was. Because my voice over the course of the show didn't change. Because a lot of times it was like, we need somebody to yell at America. Go get Dulcé. And she's gonna, because there was one thing where it was like, I think it was Bill O'Reilly had fucked up. And he was blaming God. Not himself for fucking up, but he was like, God did this to me. And Trevor said, right. No
accountability.
No, to the point that you blame God for your mess up, right? And so when they're like, okay, we're gonna bring out God. Who's gonna dress up like God? And Trevor went, Dulcé. So they get the whole robes and everything, and then there's a long white beard that I said we should put braids in. So our hairstylist, we put 3 braids in it, little gold beads on the bottom. And so we braid my whole afro down, and I'm in this long white, gray and white wig. And I go and get ready to go into, when I'm in, Trevor's in hair and makeup before rehearsal. And there's literally a picture of like our old director, like, and I'm just like, you know, my son, like just blessing our older. It's very cute. But I come at Trevor, we're in rehearsal, getting ready to go on. Trevor's in hair and makeup, and he sees me, and he goes, "What's this?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm God." He was like, "No, take the wig off. Let me see her afro." So he wanted me to have the afro. Now, mind you, we kept the beard.
Braids and all.
With braids in the beard. We kept the whole long white beard and this big red sash, but it's my afro. We made my afro as big as we could get it for the show. Because we were like, fuck, because we had just spent all this time braiding my hair down, and now me and our hairstylist was like, thank God we got a black hairstylist, like 2 months after I started. And so, but he was like, but he insisted that we had to see me, and then it's just a beard. And so when I come out, I kind of go, all right, what's up? And so I'm just screaming as usual, because I come out, they cut to me, and there's this big like screen behind me where it's like the heavens, and I'm like, yeah! And it's like, all right, baby, what's happening? And then it's just me sitting down at the desk, and I'm just God. But I thought it was interesting where he was like, oh no, we don't want her covered. I want to see the afro, I want to see her. And so, because it's like I've just been doing what I'm doing, and it's because I'd only been full-time when I booked the show. I'd only been a full-time comic for 2 years, not even.
Wow.
So, but I'd been doing stand-up since 2009, and so there were times where just like there's a lot of times where I was not. It wasn't good, but that had nothing to do with Trevor. It was just trying to figure out just how does this make sense. You have to remember, we filmed the show we were the first show to come back during COVID. Most people were down for months. We were down for 3 weeks.
What was something that you, some game or something from sitting down with Trevor that you've been able to take that you feel will advance your knowledge about the industry?
I haven't had any industry conversations with Trevor. I had personal conversations with Trevor.
Well, personal. Let's go personal.
So the main thing I learned from working there is that white people in an office will always be white people in an office. And that does not change. And no matter who the boss is, no matter who's running things, white people in an office will always be white people in an office.
Per my last email.
And it's, one of the things I thought was interesting was there were some of the camera guys would still wear John's merch after John was gone. John left before his contract was up, and he put Trevor there. He handpicked Trevor. Because we don't realize Trevor was huge international before coming here.
Right.
And because I think he'd already been like on Dancing with the Stars in South Africa. Like, he was huge. And so there was a specific reason that John, because it was to open the audience up more for the show. And I'm there, and I see, because every year we would get new merch, right? And it would be Daily Show with Trevor Noah, Daily Show with Trevor Noah. And the camera guys would still wear John's merch, a couple of them. Now, mind you, they had this fucking shirt for so long, it said the Ailey Show with On Ewart. Because you had got new fucking jackets because the man's been gone.
Yeah.
And to see that, and I was like, oh, I see this weird little protest. But if he hadn't come up...
He left. He gave it to him, yeah.
You wouldn't have a job. And that's why I was like, oh, okay. You can't see that this man is the reason that you still have a job.
Did that ever change? Because whatever decisions went into making John choosing him, and then there's like, okay, there's a new guy, and then he delivers. He's like, Trevor's on here killing, and he's having his own moments. He has his own voice, and he has his own identity, and he makes the show his own in a very beautiful way. Did that adjust ever, or?
I don't know. I'm talking to him. But I can say when I first started at the show, but I'm not talking to the guy that's wearing that jacket.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I started at the show, because I'd been in, I didn't know anybody upstairs, but I knew what the crew was. And so when I first started, I didn't know anybody. So I would eat lunch with the crew, because if I knew anything, I knew a crew guy. I'd worked enough TV and film to know I know a crew guy. And so my first month or two there, I ate with the crew. And one of the guys was like, he said, "You're the first correspondent who's ever come down here and eaten with us." And I was like, I don't know anybody. And it made more sense to me. Because like I got to laugh and joke with them. We'd be outside smoking cigarettes and shit. Like, it's just like, I know this. I know Office. I know this, right? And so for me, but one of the guys was like, we've never, because, other guys, all the other, they're upstairs eating in their office. And I'm like, man, I'm always upstairs eating in my office. What the crew, what y'all doing?
Right.
What y'all doing with these cameras? Tell me, I want to know what's going on with these cameras. And so for me, it was like, what's the thing I'm most comfortable with? The thing I'm familiar with. And the thing I'm familiar with was hanging out with the crew. And so there were some guys I talked to, some guys you didn't, because it was just like, well, why is she down here? Cause motherfucker, I just got here. I didn't get. I got here on Monday and they put me in a meeting. And so you're learning. You don't get trained. You just learn as you go. And so thank God Roy was there, cause like
Roy was?
Yeah. So Roy got there when Trevor started. He came on with Trevor, and so sometimes I call it like the running of the bulls, where I'm just like, I'm just trying not to get trampled, right? And then Roy every once in a while would reach down off a fence, grab me, sit me up, and be like, "All right, here you go," and he keep going. Because one day I was like, the fuck?" And he was like, "All right, what's up?" And one of the people were like, "Is Roy Dulcé's uncle?" And I was like, "This nigga's 5 years older than me, maybe. What are you talking about?" So it was a learning curve, because it's the first job I'd ever had where no one trained me. I wasn't given a manual. Nobody was like, "Okay, now this is how you log into the phone system." And this was this. It was like, here is, because I was in this weird place where it's like I'm talent on the show, but I'm also in an office.
Yeah.
So I had to
in New York.
Right. So I had to put the, okay, well, let me go to this other internet. Now the fucking emails are in my phone. And now I got to log into the internet system. And now I got to do da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm always like, what the fuck do these girls do? Because it looks like all they run is raffles. So it's just, because there are little two girls at the job. I'm like, what do you do all day? She's like, what do you mean? I said, only time I see you is when you're running a raffle. This can't be a salary position. There's a raffle bitch? There can't be a raffle bitch. There's no way that this is this is a salary position. Because also, I've never seen, like, when people win shit, I never saw the prize. Oh, somebody won an electric bike. Where the fuck is the bike?
Where's the bike?
Where's the bike? Fucking, what is it? Usain Bolt sent Trevor a Segway one time, or some Usain shit he had. He's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? We're rattling that off. I ended up giving my mama a new cell phone. And then my brother got what's that, rapper Logic or something? Got a whole Logic fucking jacket. People just send us shit. And there was a whole giveaway table. I was like, well, let me get the Samsung for my mom.
The raffle bitch.
Yeah, the raffle bitch. She's like, you know what I do? And I was like, yeah, girl. Fuck that girl did.
I got one last Daily Show.
Sorry, I rambled.
Question. No. I mean, podcast. It's kind of a two-parter. So we share something similar, because I saw you left the Daily Show 2021.
No, I left Daily Show 2024.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, 7 years.
Wow. So, anyways, the point I'm getting to is, what went behind your decision to leave the Daily Show?
Trevor left.
Got it. So you was like, I'm out.
Yeah. Also, I was tired of being in New York.
Got it. And then once you left the Daily Show, what were your feelings about coming back and not having a consistent job?
That was scary, but I had established, and it was like I was still, one, I had savings. Two, because of the show, it's like, okay, I'm touring. And so touring, and then there's other stuff that you just, couple 1,500 here, this over here, you're doing this thing here, I'm doing a private gig. So it was, I mean, the thing is, it's like, I'm still not, but also I was on a cartoon. So I still had, right, so I still had the cartoon, but the cartoon just got canceled. So, and then my manager tricked me into writing a book. So then there was that. So, yeah, Nick tricked me, dog. Oh, he tricked me. But that's a good, because like, but he's also motivating. So he called me one day, was like, you want to write a book? I'm like, no, that sounds hard. No, thank you. And he was like, well, what if you just took a meeting? I was like, all right. And I took a meeting, and I took 4 more meetings, and then we sold the book. And I was like, wait a minute, now I gotta write a book. He's like, yeah, I gotta write a book. This nigga got me. But thank God that he tricked me, because then when I moved out here, it was during the fucking strike. Because people don't realize when so my hosting week for Daily Show was the week the strike started. The writer's strike.
Right.
So I hosted on Monday, the show aired, and then 30 minutes later, the strike started.
Wow.
And the strike went from May to September.
Wow.
But I had already bought my house. I'd already moved to my apartment. So when I moved here is when the strike started.
Oh, great.
And so when the strike ended, I wasn't the host when we came back, and we don't know why. And so because I went from being a correspondent to a contributor, and then I was a contributor for about a year and a half.
What's the difference?
Right, that's my question.
So a contributor is not paid weekly, one. So you know how Gina Yashere used to come on the show sometimes? Yes. That is a contributor. So you just, or like a
guest star, you pop in.
Yeah. So like, what's his fucking name? You know the one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Him. He's
right. Him.
And I don't know what. Thank you so much. I cannot remember the man's name.
But I know
He's a Scooby. He's like, but he's been mad and cussing since the 90s. And so every once in a while they're grabbed. So he's a contributor. He's on the show consistently, but you get paid when you pop on. And so I was like, this makes the most sense for me for the transition. Also, you need employment when you buy a home. So, and then I still had the cartoon. And so it was, for me, it was like, it was time to do. It had been 7 years. And my mind is like, year of completion. I saved enough because I was going to leave earlier than I did. And then I was like, I need more money for a down payment.
Yeah.
And then I was going to leave another time. And then Trevor left. And so they asked me to stay on. Because it was like they knew he was leaving for months. And we don't know why they hadn't picked a host. And so they decided to rotate. And so it's like they needed me there. So I actually stayed longer than I intended to stay to start with.
They were like, black, Asian, gay.
Well, we didn't have Asian. We didn't have gay. That's
Oh, really?
That's one person. So we didn't have we didn't have Troy. We didn't have Grace.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have, so it was, Josh was still a writer when Trevor left. And so all of us, so no one who got, so all of us had to become guest hosts because because they didn't pick a new host yet.
And I heard, is it true that they offered it to Chris Rock, but he didn't I
don't know.
Okay, I heard Chris Rock say like they offered him or something, but he wanted to do it like once a week or some shit like that or whatever.
Oh, he wanted to stop it from being a daily show.
I think so.
He wanted to call it
a weekly show.
Yeah, so he wanted to do
a weekly show. Weekly show.
Because we already have Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
Come on, man. But I'm Chris Rock. All right.
But yeah, it's, but I don't. People ask about. Here's the thing: when you work on a show, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
Tone Bell's my big brother.
Shout
My big brother, his parents live a mile from my mom's house in Atlanta. And he said he was working on a TV show and he had gone to like payroll or something to process some shit, probably like a direct deposit. And he saw the crew faxing resumes. And he's like, we're faxing still? The fuck?
Right.
And so he was like, what's going on? He's like, and the crew was like, and the guy was like, oh, we're getting canceled. He's like, what? He's like, we're getting canceled. And so he called his manager and was like, hey, the crew was faxing resumes, people were getting canceled. They didn't find out, the cast didn't find out, the talent didn't find out they were getting canceled till like almost a month later.
Wow.
But the crew already knew.
Wow.
So if anybody got offered, maybe I need to ask that cameraman because I don't know anything. I know I wasn't asked, but I also told them I didn't want to do it.
Oh, there's so much. Okay, so before we're leaving the Daily Show, but congratulations on the Emmy. I mean,
thank you.
Thank you.
That is Max Burgos, my agent. So here's the thing y'all have to, that's very interesting about the Emmys. So first of all, I have 2 NAACP awards, right? For Daily Show. And so the difference between the NAACP and the Emmys is because NAACP is like, you on a show? We see you on the camera. You on a show, right? The Emmys, on the other hand, because we are not on the show every day, and because we are not playing characters, we are considered guest stars. So when the show won an Emmy, so when The Daily Show with Trevor Noah won an Emmy in 2021, none of the correspondents won an Emmy because we're not listed on the nomination because we are technically guest stars on the show.
Oh, wow.
So now when they start doing the guest hosts, my agent was like, they're hosting the show. They should be listed. Because me and Ronnie have the same agent. And
Ronnie Chang.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Ronnie Chang. And so Max was like, if they're hosting, they should be listed as hosts on the nomination. So I have an Emmy for hosting The Daily Show.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Right, you do.
So that's even better, right? That's,
So it's how you get an Emmy, but then you're in a meeting with your agents 2 months later going, what do we do with this Emmy? What do you do with an Emmy? What do we do? We have this thing. How does this help us? And that's the next step, because it's like, we have this Emmy, but then what you do with it?
Did you feel any change after the Emmy, from whether that was opportunities or from people?
No. That's the thing. That's what you have to calculate. It's like I'm in a meeting with all my reps, and we're just like, we're trying to figure out. We have to understand this was during COVID still.
Oh, wow.
And this was the beginning of everything in the industry changing. This is the beginning of us basically losing pilot season.
Right.
This is all of the
which still ain't really back.
No, it's never coming back.
Yeah.
And it's never coming back because here's the thing that people do not realize about the significance of all this shit changing. So if you look at NBC, this is one, because our major networks are what? NBC, ABC, CBS. So you're your big three, right? So if you just look at primetime television, so for decades, up until about, 4 years ago, every major network had to program Sunday night through Friday night. Saturdays were always there. Right. But Sunday to Friday, you had to program 6 nights, and your programming for prime time is 4 shows. That's 24 shows over 3 networks, right? So it's almost 70-something shows. And so to program for 70 shows, you would do 300 pilots, 400 pilots. And so you do all of these so you can fill up all of this program. Yeah. Right. We don't have 100 slots to fill anymore because no one's programming for 6 nights of shows. Right. So you'd have your Thursday, so this one's an hour long, well, that one's an hour long. We got this. Okay, so we have a little bit less programming, but you spent the space.
Yeah, we got 2 hours here. We got
right. Because people don't realize what really killed all of this shit is the fact that on the streamer, you can skip ads.
Praise God.
That's what it is. That's what it is, because all TV was, you know why we called soap operas? Because motherfuckers were selling soap in between TV shows.
Damn.
That TV originally, the thing that kept TV going was ads.
Oh, yeah.
That's what commercials, every ad between. That's why when your ratings went down, shows got canceled because ratings went down. But the reason the show got canceled is because the money pulled out, because the ratings were going down, because people weren't watching commercials. Right. So the people's ability, if they would have never let us skip ads, we would change the format of it, but we would still have the money involved because we created a whole machine.
I mean, that's a deep dive on the Daily Show. That my homeboy, I remember when Hassan booked it. Like, we was at an open mic when he told me. He was like, man, I just booked the Daily Show. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, they need you, brother. They need you. Because it wasn't like no Eastern, like Middle Eastern, nobody, Indian, nobody on the show at the time. I was like, they need your voice, brother.
We gotta talk. I have had this conversation over and over again, and boy, I could fold 2 questions into one. One, you have made amazing waves throughout your journey and throughout this career through more traditional means, aka you're not a social media star, you're not some da-da-da. You've booked stuff, you've went on auditions, you've as I transition to the other part of this question, other part of this conversation is, I have consistently told every comedian that I know, man, competitions and festivals are paramount to your fast forward. And if you think you like that, I say they really can help and move the needle when people see you that way when they're watching. Can you please speak about how important festivals and competitions have been for you, and also moving through the business in a more in the more of the what is the traditional format or the original format?
It's when we started. So when I started in 2017 at the show, we were being told not to put our stand-up online because one, you'd be burning material, and clubs and everybody thought that if you put it online, people couldn't come to a club to see you. Now you have to put this shit online. Now I have to pay somebody to fucking cut clips for me because now you have to audition and you have to convince people to come see you, right? So when I started doing festivals, and so I've had this conversation with people, and a lot of, so I did a festival 2015, because like 2015 is when everything changed. And so shout out to the Daniel Fast. But I do this festival, and my manager's one of the judges. My manager signs me that weekend. Then one of the guys from Stand Up for Diversity, who I'd done it 3 years before in Atlanta and gotten a callback round but didn't go any further, he's one of the judges. And so after my first round, which I got like third place, he goes, you're in the callback round for Stand Up for Diversity. Don't even come to the cattle call audition. You're in the callback round. And then I'd met some other industry people. And so by the end of the festival, and then the guy from JFL was there. And so that's how I got JFL. So I didn't. That's
JFL and Stand Up for Diversity in the
and
same
my
year.
Manager.
And a manager in the same year.
At the same festival. At the same week. So so when people talk about like, so I did not know how, because the thing is, Atlanta didn't have JFL auditions. I didn't know what it was. So when I booked it, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I did not know that, because whenever the new faces come out, I always call it National Comic Hating on Comic Day.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Because that was the first year Atlanta had ever had a JFL audition. And so I remember my first show, I switched with another comic. So I was supposed to, there was like 2 shows on a Wednesday, right, for this, because it's a competition festival. And this one comic was asking everybody, hey, can you switch with me to the second show? I got a JFL audition. Can you switch me? And so I was like, yeah, sure, I don't care. He said, he's like, I probably have asked 10, 12 people, and you're the first person to tell me yes. And I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Here, go. 1, I didn't know what he was auditioning for.
Right.
2, why does it matter which show I go on? I was a local comic in Atlanta, and all these New York and LA comics are coming to do this festival. I didn't know who any of the judges were, because people are like, oh, this judge is from here. I don't give a fuck. I'm not looking up who the judges are. How does that have anything to do with me?
Right.
So I just did my shit. He wanted to switch shows. We switched shows. And what was so crazy is that, one, he didn't get new faces, which is nuts if you think about it. Because I switched with him for him to be able to do it, and then I ended up getting it. And I didn't think about that till the other day. I was like, fuck, I switched with him for him to audition. He didn't even book the shit. And he's technically never gotten it. So,
is he still working? Like
he's still working, okay. But it's so yeah, that festival I got, because we had to do like 3 sets during the festival.
Yeah.
So when you do a JFL audition and a callback or whatever, you end up doing like 2 or 3 sets anyway. So I got JFL from that festival. I got my manager from that festival, and they go the callback round for Stand Up for Diversity. Then when the Stand Up for Diversity shows up, I do that competition, and I end up winning that. So then I get a holding deal with NBC, and then that's how I end up being here. And then because of doing Bridgetown was amazing, but a bunch of the different festivals that I did.
You won Big Sky.
I won Big Sky. So then the following year, I won Big Sky. And so I'm running this set, and one of the guys goes, because by the time I get to like the end of the week at Big Sky, a bunch of the judges, mind you, I knew all of the judges at Big Sky, but all the judges knew me, right? And so one of the judges goes, you are doing very well, and you can win this festival, but you have to make sure that you win this festival, because we can see that you can do this. We can see that you can win this, but you have to prove us right, is what he said. And it was funny because that same guy, when I was doing the other festival, he goes to me, he comes up to me, goes, "What are you doing for your set?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this." He's like, I was like, "I'm just gonna combine, my tightest jokes from those other 2 sets." He's like, "Perfect, run it." Right? And another comic comes up to me, and this is one of the judges, and the comic comes to me and goes, "What did he say?"
Ooh.
And I went, "Oh, he asked me what I was gonna do," and I told him I was gonna do my tightest jokes from both sets, and he was like, and I was like, "Yeah, I told him I was gonna do." He's like, "That's bad." He's like, "Okay, great." And then he looked at me and goes, "That's what he said?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I can't believe you told me what he said." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "He came over and asked you." He said, "I know plenty of comics that wouldn't have told me what he said." I said, "Why wouldn't I have told you what you said?" And one of the main reasons that I told him what he said is because this same comic was the one that there was this opening joke that I used to do, and I wasn't going to do it. And he was like, "You have to do that joke," because that joke ended up being on my Conan set. And so it was a joke where, because I just started wearing like these kind of like lacy see-through shirts, and I wasn't going to do the joke in the festival. And he was like, "That's your favorite joke. He's like, "That's our favorite joke that you do." When it's just like, I just come out and go, "I know why you're wondering why you can see a big bitch's bra." It's because the bra was $100. So if I pay $100 for something, you're going to see it. Now the rest of my outfit, $17.88.
Right.
These panties came in a pack of 6, but this bra, on the other hand, is expensive.
You gotta see this, right?
Right. So that's basically the pimp of the jokes. And you look at my Conan set, I open with that bit. And so, because he's the one that told, because that's the joke I ended up using for Conan. So it's just like, also, it's like, this is my friend, 1. 2, I don't find the need to stop other comics from having information, because it doesn't benefit me to not tell somebody else something that the judge popped over. So when I did Big Sky, same thing. It's like, you make sure that you do what you do. And then it's like, you can be first place, but you make sure you do what you need to do to be first place. And then I end up winning first place. And so because of Big Sky and because of JFL, so getting New Faces and then doing Bridgetown is how I got Conan. Because the booker for Conan saw me at those 2 shows. And so somebody had given him my numbers. He's calling me. He's like, "Hey, it's JP. I don't know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm driving to Georgia, probably going to some stupid man's house. And he's like, "Oh, hey, it's great meeting you." And I'm like, I do not remember who this man is. But he's like, "Hey, we'd love to have you come out." I was like, "Okay, great." Because they had me come out for it was basically like TBS holiday party. It was at Flappers. And so they fly me out to do this. I don't know. This is basically a low-key audition to do Conan.
Right.
And so I fly out, and he goes, "Hey, and you should just come by the studio." I'm like, "Oh, that's nice." So I go by Conan and all this other shit. I was like, "This is so nice of this man to invite me out here like this." No fucking, just nothing. Just not oblivious. And so Conan walks in. He is Tyler Perry tall.
6'4".
6,000. Like this man walked in and I was like, "Nice to meet you." Like him, and then when I met Tyler Perry, same thing, right? And so I'm sitting there in JP's office, and I see this whole calendar on his wall. And, I sit in the audience, I watch the taping, all of that. And he goes, "Okay, well, we're going to get you a date to perform." I said, "Okay, cool." In my head, I'm like, what are we talking about? I have no clue this is why I'm here.
Right.
But there's a lot of times, because I'm never paying it. Not that I say I don't pay attention. I'm not paying attention to shit that has nothing to do with me.
Right.
And so who the judges are on a festival has nothing to fucking do with me until it has something to do with me. Because I remember seeing other comics stress like, Dan Pasternak's here, and da-da-da, and Liz Weinstein, and she created Daily Show, and this person from NBC is here, and I was like, "Oh, okay." There's a manager from Levity here. "Oh, okay."
Right.
Give a fuck. Until they talk to me, this has nothing. My only job is to get on stage and to do my job. Worrying about all of the, because one of my friends, she flipped out. She's like, and this happened, and da-da-da-da-da-da, and I didn't get to, and Liz wasn't there when I was doing my set, and I was like,
Right. What do I do with all this? Yeah.
What do I do with this information? Because it's like, who's sitting there? If you're watching me, you're watching me. So the reason my manager signed me is because I think it was Robbie Sloan. I can never remember his last name, but there was another comic who went up before me. Mind you, we're at the Atlanta Improv when they had the improv.
Snotovich.
Something that he's not Casey Balsham's husband. I know that much. Robbie. I can remember his last name because it's Casey Balsham's husband. Like I said, you have a husband. Why would I?
Right, you're blindsided to the right.
Casey Balsham's husband, Robbie something.
She has facial blindness to married men.
Listen, married man. If you and your girl hugged, I can't see this nigga. So, he does this bit before me. Mind you, we're in Atlanta. There's 300 people in the room, and he does this bit, basically like just shitting on fat people. Saying like, "Oh, they got all this, they say these things." And so, mind you, I have this leopard print bra on, and I got a shirt that goes like this. So I'm wrapped up, right? And all of the Atlanta comics are in the doorway because I'm next. And so, because I won the wild card show. And so I'm trying to basically get, and so I'm in the finals now, right? And so he starts talking shit. And so I'm going through my set, but then I hear him talking shit. And I was like, and I'm looking at people in the room get uncomfortable. Because I'm looking at the people in the room.
That know you.
No.
Just in general.
In general, the audience.
Okay.
Because the room is sold out. It's 300 people in here.
It's Atlanta. It's
Right.
It's the South. So there's going to be bigger people in the room.
For sure.
And so he's shitting on, and I'm sitting up going, okay, now I don't know if I'm getting in the finals, but this motherfucker's not placing at all.
Because you're reading the room right now.
I'm reading the fucking room. So you're some Yankee motherfucker talking shit in my city, making all these fat white people uncomfortable. So, because there was this one lady I know, she was in a Lane Bryant shirt, and she was just getting like
flustered and what?
Right, because she was like, and you felt the whole room go, and the comics in the back were like, and because he felt it on stage, he was like, but this was his closer.
I'm gonna kill him with this.
So he was like, I'm gonna kill him with this one, and it was dying, right? And I look over and I feel, I promise you, 100 Atlanta fucking comics, because I just done the wild card show, got first place in the wild card show, Atlanta comics in the hallway, because there was only me and one Atlanta comic, like basically in these, because at this point, this is an Atlanta Comedy Festival, no comic from Atlanta had ever won the festival, and they'd be doing the festival since like 2009, 2010. So I'm standing there, he's talking shit, and I feel every Atlanta fucking comic looking at me like, bitch.
Sitting over there with them with just gold teeth.
Right, so it's just like, it's just a bunch of fucking, because this, and this is a mainstream room, it's a mainstream festival. So I'm seeing all my friends going, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And so I'm like, all right, I'm coming to my city talking shit. Making these folks uncomfortable. You Yankee bastard. All right. So I'm listening to his set. I was focused on my set, now I'm listening to his set. Because what am I going to say that's going to knock this motherfucker out? Because you're not coming down here. And, somebody else will say something. So it's like, you've been on shows where somebody says something and you riff off of something they said. Right? But now I'm like, this motherfucker, what he said. And so now I'm sitting there listening. One of my friends was like, I saw you listening to see what the fuck, because what was in my head, I was like, what? All right, sir. So I'm sitting on the side again. Titties is out, but I'm in a wrap, so you can't see me. And so I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, they got this, and then they got these sayings that they say, and he goes, yeah, and then more cushion for the push, and I was like, that's it. So he gets off, he's like, ugh, and then the host goes up, and he tries to say, but there's not enough time, because there's like 8 of us in the finals. And so there's a table of black uncles sitting right here. And so I take my wrap off, and they're like, well, wait a minute. So there's titties in the room.
You pulled them in.
Finally.
Right. So they're like, yeah.
Titties.
And they was out, too. That bro was expensive as fuck. And so I go up. And so
Chris Rock was in the front. Titties.
Fortunately, he again, his flight was late. He missed the
show.
Like,
not this time.
Couldn't handle it. He was too busy pacing across an arena stage. And so I get on stage, and because like the host tries to reset it, there's not enough time. So he kind of goes, good look. And I get on stage, and all I say was, I got your cushion, motherfucker. And the whole room lights up. Yeah. All of the judges stand up. Yeah. Everybody's, and then I had to go, all right, I said, I only got 6 minutes. Shut up. And I have to make everybody quiet and sit down. Yeah. And then I have to do my set.
But you had to address it.
But I had to address it.
Yeah.
And so the comics are like, the judges stood up. Because the whole room was uncomfortable. So that one little lady I saw get uncomfortable, she was like, yeah! So I'm getting an applause break.
Before the set starts.
At the very top. And then I go into my set. And there was an after party afterwards. And so my manager, who I kind of seen like throughout the week, been like, because I met him the first night of the festival. And he's like, oh, hey, I'm Reg. I'm like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And so I see him at a party later on that week. And he's just like, oh, if you want to like just... He's like, oh, I'm a manager. If you ever want to just talk or whatever, he's like, I'm not looking to manage anymore. He's like, I was like, okay, sure. Gives me his card. Okay, whatever, I don't care.
Right.
And so, because people just give you cards. And so.
They do.
People just give you cards. And so, but afterwards, at the after party, he goes, I want to manage you. Can you meet with me at 9 a.m. tomorrow? And I was like, I know I'm not going to bed till 4. Yes. Yes. And so from that festival and so for me being myself and reacting to us, I was like, oh, I'm in my head. I know he ain't coming to my city talking shit. Oh, no.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting second place in that festival, and he did not place at all. So I met my goal.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
You got a Hulu special that you just
last week.
That you just filmed. What went into the preparation for that? And just this is your first special, right?
No.
I did not do my research.
No.
So I mean,
it's okay.
I don't.
There's a lot of
It's your first
internet.
Hulu special?
It's my first Hulu special.
Yeah, that's what it meant.
There you go.
That's what I meant.
That's what he meant.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's my first Hulu half hour, but I did a Comedy Central half hour in 2019.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what? Okay, then what's something you learned from that special, the Comedy Central one, that you use going into this Hulu special?
Trust my instincts, because I cut out something that I did that I was like, because I didn't want to go overtime. But since I cut it, I ended up going like a little under time, and I had to come back out and do another joke. But I was like, if I'd have just done the joke, like I wanted to do the joke, then I wouldn't have been a little short. But the crazy thing about the Comedy Central half hours was that we were down in New Orleans, and we were doing like nights of shooting, and the people in the audience were heckling comics during their special taping. One of the comics, she'd never recovered from the shit, right? And so for me, this lady starts nice heckling.
You better go, girl.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Girl, that's funny. And so in my head at the very beginning of it. Now I read it because also I was so sick. I was on the medication I was taking. I had to take 2 pills every 5 hours. I had an alarm on my phone. So I was getting over being sick. I was sick the entire month of January, to the point that I'd lost 20 pounds in 6 days because I had strep, staph, tonsillitis, uveitis, and thrush all at the same time.
Who you was kissing in the mouth?
No, I was on the fucking road heavy, and it was New York, and it's nasty.
Yeah.
So, and what was crazy is that Trevor had just had surgery on his vocal cords.
God damn.
So I couldn't come to work because if I sneeze, this nigga dies. So I gotta get the fuck up out of here, right?
Right.
Because I was so sick that I'd gotten better, and then had to go back because like all my whole throat, my tonsils and shit swole up. And so couldn't drink water. And so I gotten so fucking sick. And so I'm still on medication while I'm doing this hour. So I couldn't run it as much as I needed to because I was in my bed losing my life, literally. And so this lady's heckling. So mind you, I'm on all this fucking medication. I'm in New Orleans, can't drink because I'm on all of this shit. And this lady starts yelling, girl, you fine, da 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 da. But I was so in my head because I was like, I didn't run it enough. Because I'm a theater kid, so I have to have the words in my body. And the words weren't in my body the way I wanted them to be. Like when I did my Conan set and all this other shit. And so they cut it out. But also no one made her be quiet. They just put a camera in her face. So, mind you, I was the second to last person to tape on the last night. Y'all been taping for 4 nights.
Right.
This keeps being a problem. And y'all still ain't kicking nobody the fuck out. So, I'm on stage, taping a special, and I come over and go, hey, girl. She's like, hey. I said, listen, I'm taping a special. And I said, everybody, I was like, so if you could, she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I said, yeah. I said, so I like, there's one more. I said, but like, we all want to go drink, right? I said, we in New Orleans, we want to go drink. They're like, yeah. I said, so if you could chill for the next 27 minutes.
Right.
Kept it a buck with her, yeah.
I will be done. And then we can have a conversation. She's like, okay, cool. I'm sorry. And then I went into my set. But because she started yelling, because in Atlanta, when I'd always check a heckler, whatever way I would do it. So because she started yelling, it knocked me out of my nervousness. And I was like, oh, bitch, what are you doing?
You do this, yeah.
You do this.
You do this.
And so I go over, and it's like, come on, girl, you know I'm working. She's like, oh, yeah, you're right. I sorry. Like, bye, girl. And then I go over, I was like, so anyway, and then I went back into my set. And somebody was like, oh, I know. I was like, oh, you must have hated that. I said, actually, I'm very thankful to that lady. Because it knocked me out of my head. I'm like, oh, have fun.
So going into this new one, you felt to trust those instincts going in.
Because for this one, I had also run it so much because I was on the road. I was on the road a lot. And so I was running it so much because this one originally it's just going to be like family stuff. And then I have a whole, like, I was doing this bit about like, this whole thing about me getting my eggs frozen. and that whole process. And so it was going to be family shit because my mom and my brother moved from Atlanta, and then this dog and all this other shit. So the first half of so I was working on an hour for us to sell an hour, and I'm working on that, and then there's egg freezing shit. But after running it on the road and just working on this, I ended up with like, okay, I've got 45 on the family shit and 45 something on the egg freezing shit. So I now literally have like almost 2 hours.
Right.
And so because I was on the road so much running this, I was able to come up with, so then I was like, okay, so I had already had the half hour. And so now because I'd run it so much and I'd run it in so many places and in so many ways, I was able to get it down and get it as tight as I wanted to get it.
A little bird talk before we get into the games. I believe that there's about 7 to 8 ways to get real money in the business, to get some sustainable income. And you're one of the few people that we've had in that seat that you've covered a few of them, but one of them, I don't know if we've ever touched on. Talk to me about, you was on the cartoon for 5 seasons?
Yeah, we got 5 seasons.
Great Northern.
Great North.
Great
yeah.
North.
Mm-hmm.
How is the voiceover money in comparison to everything else? You don't have to tell me exact numbers. You can if you want to. But like just in comparison to all, between touring and Daily Show, just how comparative was it for everything else?
It's less money than Daily Show, but it's more money than touring, I guess. Yeah. Because because Daily Show, the correspondents don't get residuals. So, and they never have. The writers do.
Wow.
But we're not writers on the show. And so, because when I got there, my manager was like, what? And they were like, yeah, for the 20 years the show has been on, it's never happened. And we were like, okay, all right, well, we're not fighting that. So, yep, she got a job. And so, but the cartoon residuals is how I have insurance. So I get the cartoon, and we're shooting the first season, we're recording the first season of it, and COVID starts. And so animation was very needed during COVID because you could do it from home. So half of the first season, all of the second season, all of the third season, half of the fourth season was all recorded from home. And then all of the fifth season was recorded. I was living here by that point, and so I would just go up the road to record it. I don't know if we've ever all been at the same place at the same time. Because like I don't think I think I met Nick Offerman once. And I don't even knew Aparna and Paul Russ, because we would do table reads. Like if you live here, you can go to a table read. And they would have us come to the table reads. But Nick was never because like Jenny lives in Massachusetts or Vermont. One of New England states. So Jenny was never at a table read. Nick Offerman, I don't know, I think he lives in LA. Or he might live in, honestly, nigga could live in Montana.
Like he live in the woods or something.
Some shit. This nigga is Sasquatch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a great experience. But I got that audition because Julie Ashton, shout out Julie Ashton.
Shout out to Julie Ashton.
Julie Ashton saw me at my Stand Up for Diversity showcase. And so she called my manager the next day and was like, I want her to come audition for me. And then I booked something that was for Comedy Central, but I couldn't do it because when I got Stand Up for Diversity, if you've ever done it, you know they announced the winners in January.
Yeah.
I found out I won the next day. And then they announced the winner the week after. And so all these comics who had done it before was like, man, you supposed to have an awkward Christmas. Everybody was supposed to be wondering. And I was like, no, they announced it the next week. So Julie Ashton called me and was like, I want you to come do this audition for me. I book it, but I can't do it because I just got a holding deal with NBC.
Oh, wow.
And so Julie told me they'd gone through all of the people that they auditioned to do the voice of Honeybee. And she goes, what? Dulcé. I've always liked her. And she was from the first year. This is like, when I auditioned for Great North, probably 2019.
Right.
So she'd only seen me like 3 weeks. She's like, I wonder what Dulcé is. Let's see if we have her. So Julie Ashton, who was the casting director for the cartoon, called my manager and was like, I want her to audition for this. And I just read it into my phone when I was laying in the bed. and that's how I got it.
And you,
Nice.
Yeah,
I think she casted Lil Kev too.
Probably she does a lot of animation.
Yeah, you
Beautiful.
can tell she genuinely.
Yeah.
You can tell she genuinely mess with black people.
She also genuinely loves her job.
Yeah.
Like she wants to see people. She's one of those people who's just like, I love my job and I want the best person for this to do this. But yeah, so she booked me because she'd always been a fan of mine. And so, but she asked me to audition because she'd always been a fan of mine. Because my reps didn't get this audition. Julie called my manager and was like, I think she should try. I think she should reach for this. She should do it.
Nice.
Shout out to Julie, man. She good people. All right, we got a game on this show. We switching it up. I like to
Okay.
switch it up. We're doing Marry, Screw, Kill.
Okay, you know something me and a bunch of the girl comics in Atlanta used to do?
Yes,
we used to do
please.
this thing called Marry, Fuck, Quit Comedy.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Quick comedy 4?
What?
Quick comedy or get away from?
No. Your career ends. So, because we were doing this, one of our friends was like, because we were doing Marry, Fuck, Kill with comics. We were doing Marry, Fuck, Kill with comics, and then
love that
this
lady
comic
doing
Mike
it.
Kaiser, who doesn't do stand up. He doesn't do stand up anymore. He's so fucking funny. The people who you want to quit never quit.
No, of course.
But the people who you want to keep working
Out of
somehow find love and go away. But it's he was like, Marry, Fuck, Kill seems kind of harsh. We should do Marry, Fuck, Quit Comedy. And it was like, yes! So
Brilliant.
yeah, Marry, Fuck, Quit Comedy is one of my favorite games.
That's
you just do a
hilarious.
bunch of comics together.
That's hilarious.
So you said Marry what?
This is Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Okay.
I would say quit comedy, but then that would eliminate my third person.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no, well then I can still do the third person, right? Mm-hmm. Right? The third person still
Is it
works.
3 comics?
It's 3 comics.
Then yeah, it works. If it's 3 comics.
Marry, Screw, Quit Comedy.
Okay.
Adjustments.
It's got saucier, didn't it?
John Stewart,
Okay.
Josh Johnson,
Okay.
Trevor Noah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I love it.
One,
Uh-oh, here we go.
in my mind, Josh doesn't pee. You see what I'm saying? Like in my mind, like
Just a gray sweater and nothing under.
he is such
He's
a
a Barbie
little.
doll.
He is such a little brother to me.
Right.
Cause also, y'all know I'm the first person to braid his hair, right?
Oh wow.
Yes. Like his afro was stressing me out. And I was like, you're coming to my house.
Yeah.
And I'm going to deep condition your hair and then I'm going to twist it up. And then he kept it.
Damn, you class act him. Remember Kid on Class
Yeah.
Act?
Right.
I love that guy.
So why he's not telling that story, I don't know, but I will unbraid his hair. Well, know about me. So in my mind, because Josh is such a little brother, my friend was like, "Oh, in your mind he's built like a Ken doll." No, he's built like a Barbie. There is nothing in my mind. He can't pee.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. So.
Go ahead and say it.
No. I'm trying to, because you have to think, because it's just like who would I have the most fun with? But the thing is, I don't know John. I met the man once or twice, maybe. So because he wasn't there when I was there, so I've met him once or twice. I don't know him. So
I know. That was a good one.
I don't want to sleep with Trevor. I can't sleep with Josh because in my mind he doesn't own those things. And then I don't know John Stewart.
This is great.
I would marry Trevor because he's rich as shit.
Yeah, come on. Man.
I would quote unquote screw Josh because that's not gonna happen. He doesn't own those parts. And
You can just sit on his face.
again,
He doesn't have a face.
He don't got a face.
just squish his little head. Just murder this man.
Him in his hoodie. All right.
Can't with this. I'm like, you can't be this cold all the time. You need the iron tablet.
Hoodies are weird. I don't know why niggas be wearing hoodies.
What is happening right now?
I don't know. Keep telling you.
Aren't you currently wearing a hoodie?
All three of us got hoodies.
Let me tell you
Definitely
something.
82 degrees outside.
An LA nigga's dedication to a hoodie is crazy.
Yeah.
But
Because
LA
it's-
weird because it'd be cold. It was technically chilly.
was 63 when we pulled up, but it's gonna be 85
but it's gonna
when
be
we get
80
out
when we
here.
walk
This is
out.
just Georgia.
Yeah.
So you should know better.
Atlanta.
Listen, you know you got to wear winter with summer underneath.
Oh, I do. I'm ready. I got the white
Right.
tee underneath.
Yeah.
Ah,
You got a
so-
tee?
I got the Florida Atlanta
You
underneath
have a
now.
TBT?
Oh, man. That's crazy.
So
we
what?
just under there loose.
And I got a beater.
Oh yeah, see you tripping. See, I'm
You
ready.
know, I had to find out that when you go to the store, that's not what the package says. I had to find out. Like, I wanted to go
tank
get
top.
some.
It's tank top.
I didn't.
Tank top?
Well, we don't say wife beater anymore. That's politically.
That's why I just said beater.
Oh, to beat her.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
No,
top.
it's like
So or an A shirt or something.
Lady in the costume department.
tank top always feel like like a jersey to me. It feel like the band is this thick. I'm talking literally stripes.
It is a narrow.
Yeah,
It is a narrow.
And so Jon Stewart is.
Oh, quick comedy.
Quick
I ran
comedy.
out of options.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get to, because here's the hardest part. When you do marry, fuck, quick comedy, right? Sometimes you set your friends up. So it's just like, because my favorite is 3 people you want to quit, right?
Yeah.
It's either 3 people you want to quit or 3 people you or it's the hardest ones are 3 people you want to quit or 3 comics you really, really love. And so you're sitting there going like, I don't want him to quit.
Yeah.
But I don't want to fuck him.
Yeah.
What do we do with this? Okay, what's the other
I love
game?
it. So the other game is keep 3, kill 5.
What is happening with you niggas? Y'all all right? Why y'all got me
Killing it.
assassinating folks?
It's killing it.
Oh,
Killing it.
okay.
Well, this one's a little different. This is I'm gonna name you Atlanta trademarks.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give you everything.
Trademarks? Like businesses?
No, not specifically. Just
Landmarks?
Landmarks.
Staples.
Okay.
Okay.
Atlanta staples.
Public schools.
And as man, fuck books. So as I not yours.
Thanks so much.
As I go through them, I'm not gonna you keep it or kill it,
Okay.
but you don't know what's coming next.
Sure.
All right. Number 1, lemon pepper wings.
Keep them.
Remember, you can only keep 3.
All right. Hallelujah.
The movie ATL.
Kill it.
All right. Usher.
Keep them.
Okay, you got 1 more left.
Okay.
All right.
Of what?
So you keep it 3,
Yeah.
and you killing 5.
Keeping 3.
Yeah.
What did I keep so far?
You
Lemon
kept
pepper
wings and Usher.
Usher.
Kill Usher.
All right.
I will. You got to keep them wings, them lemon pepper wings. We don't fuck around about that, man.
I've never needed Usher. But I always need American Deli.
Yeah, man.
Here it is. This is a trio, but it's all in the same wing. Hawks, Braves, Falcons. So Atlanta sports.
I don't care. Kill them.
All right, cool. Crime Mob.
Keep them. We had a very serious conversation one day.
That's how y'all did.
We had a very serious conversation one day at work. And this is when I started questioning things. So we were saying, if there was a new Negro spiritual, what would it be? And we obviously said, Nuck If You Buck.
Obviously.
And Josh Johnson said that it should be the song Georgia, but it's the remix with Ludacris.
Oh, and
Jamie
Phil,
Foxx.
and Phil,
And I was
that.
like, no. I said also, because it's not even it's the Ray Charles version, it's just Jamie Foxx being Ray Charles.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? I said also,
And,
no.
and Phil Mob, yeah. I
No
remember
one's
that
looking
one.
for this fucking song.
Georgia.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody but Nuck If You Buck on the other hand,
Yeah, that was
there's a
that.
feeling. I come in the club, sticking my You see him? There was a British girl at work and she was like, absolutely, and she's not even from here.
Yeah, Nuck If You Buck.
British
baby.
black girl, she was like, oh yeah. She's like, of course. I'm like, this bitch ain't even from here, dog. If she gets it, why don't you?
You get
I
it.
love it. All right, so Crime Mob is stands, so you get 1 more.
Okay.
Strip clubs.
Kill him.
Okay. Sweet tea.
Kill it.
All right, there it is. So you kept lemon pepper wings. You got rid of the movie Atlanta. You got rid of Usher.
Oh, wait, so I have one more keep?
Yeah, so it's whatever's left.
You have another thing you're asking me?
Yeah, but you just stuck. You keeping this one no matter what.
That's hilarious.
Wait, I don't understand. But you only have 2 choices.
No, there's only 1 choice left. So you got to keep it because you had to keep 3.
So he just ain't said it yet. He ain't said the whatever.
Oh,
Right.
okay. I didn't understand all the
Yeah,
numbers.
so you kept lemon pepper wings. You got rid of Atlanta, the movie Atlanta. You got rid of Usher. You got rid of Hawks, Braves, and Falcons. You kept Crime Mob. You got rid of strip clubs. You got rid of Sweet Tea, and you kept Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
never got a shirt that says we got a mayor named Keisha. And then after that, we got a mayor named Andre. And I was like, man, the early 80s was crazy. For naming children. But yeah, I approve all those messages. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Accurate.
then, last but not least, you're killing it. You're doing amazing things. I love everything that's happening for you. We love everything that's happening for you. What does it look like for you killing it career-wise? Is it a sitcom? Is it a TV show? Is it movies? Is it behind the camera, in front of? What does it look like for you? This is like a manifestation, if you will.
To be a Klingon on Star Trek.
To be a Klingon in Star Trek?
Oh, that's
That is
fire.
my dream job.
That is hilarious, really.
Why would that be hilarious? It's a job.
How long has that been?
since I was a kid. So people got it was I broke this girl's braid. Yeah, because this girl was like, because I did the voice of I got to do a voice of a Cleon on Lower Decks. And I got that. I booked that because when I was recording episode of Great North, I ran into one of the actors from Star Trek while I was there. And so I ended up, so he was doing a voice on the show because they were recording it at the same studio. And I started talking to him, and then the producer was there. And so me and him got to talking, and he was like, I was like, I've always wanted to do this. So they recognized me from Daily Show. They know I do Great North. And I was like, oh yeah, I've always wanted to be a Cleon on Star Trek. And so they're like, oh, because we would love to have more people who are Star Trek fans on the show. And so I ended up booking it. And so they called my reps like, yeah, we have a Cleon character coming up. We want you to do it. And when I get there, the producer was like, he said, they do Star Trek cruises. And when they get to the cruise, the actor, Jeffrey Combs, who played a bunch of different aliens on Star Trek, he said they were on the cruise. And Jeffrey said, what happened to the girl that wanted to do the voice of a Cleon? Where is she? Did you book her? And so he's on a cruise and looks at the producer and goes, did you book her? And he's like, so he made sure that I got this. Another actor made sure that I got this job.
That's gonna happen. You're gonna be a Cleon.
So
right.
yeah, but that's my dream job.
Nice.
Because I remember some interview this girl did about Daily Show. She was like, "What's it like having your dream job?" I said, "My dream job is to be a Cleon on Star Trek." Daily Show is your dream job. My dream job is to have prosthetics and a long wet and wavy wig and have my titties out in space. That's my dream.
Little do you know,
ma'am. You should ask me a different question. So, but yeah, that's my dream is to. But also, I don't set. Comics hate when I say this. My goal was to be a full-time performer. So I got into comedy because another comic told me I was a comic. So, and then put me in a stand-up class.
It's so funny. My first meeting with you, this is literally outside looking out. I was like, it didn't feel like you were somebody who grew up loving comedy. It felt like you felt like somebody who was very sure of themselves, who was very funny, and kind of knew who they were as a person, and that just happened to all work at the same time, also for stand-up. He was like, oh yeah, this is a great way to use my voice in this way.
You know, I got tricked into writing a book. I got bullied into taking a stand-up class.
There you go. Welcome, nigga, you could never leave.
Right, and so Big Kenny, I'd known him for like 2 years. So my little sister from college used to work the door at a comedy club. And just from meeting the comics and all of them, they were just like, because I was doing improv for 2 years. You know, I'd only been out of college like 2 years at this point. And Big Kenny goes like, oh, you're funny. I'm like, yeah, I know how to tell a story. I've been doing theater forever. I'm a storyteller. I do know how to do that. And he's like, you should take stand up. And I was like, nope. And he's like, you should be a comic. I'm like, ah. And I met other comics and like, oh yeah, she's funny. She's, you know, she knows how to. Big Kenny was like, you know where punchline is when you're telling a story.
Right.
Because I know how to make people, you know, I was like, and then this happened. Because I'm Southern, I don't know how to tell a fucking story. But he was like, but you don't know the structure of a joke because you're telling a story. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, you take my stand-up class. And I was like, no, thank you. And so he, you know, we exchanged. He starts inviting me and my mom to shows and stuff. And then my mom had a dream that I was a comic. And you know when the Lord give your mama a dream.
Yeah. Southern mama get a dream.
Your Southern mama get a dream. Now you got to go. And so, but I was on unemployment at the time because we were in a recession. And I got laid off. And Big Kenny was like, I'm doing the class again. I was like, I don't have $300 for this class. That's most of my unemployment check. My unemployment at the time was like $383 a week. I was like, bro, I got nothing if I could do. He's like, oh no, you're gonna be. He's like, no, you're supposed to be a comic. You know, I'm not charging you for the class.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, so this nigga won't charge me for this class. And my mom was like, fuck, I gotta go do stand up now. And so when I started doing open mics, I had 5 minutes. I did 6 weeks of this class. And so, but it was a year and a half out before I realized what my voice was. Because I was doing this, and I was like, no, I know. Because also you have to think that I didn't have the same learning curve that a lot of comics have. Because a lot of comics, when they start out, they'd also never been performers before.
Right.
But you come from theater.
Right. Because remember you were saying on the street, I sounded like I was right in front of you when I was up the road?
She was hella down
Projecting
the road.
and knowing
she was
how
talking. She talking. I said, I can hear everything you're saying.
Yeah. I don't breathe from here. Because I've been singing and acting for so long, so when I go to the doctor's office, they're like, I have to consciously go here because I don't breathe from my chest, I breathe from my diaphragm. And so I don't have the same learning curve that the comics had because I'd been performing since I was a kid. I knew how to plant my feet, I knew how to find my light and all this other shit. So people are like, well, what tips do you give to people that are just starting out? Plant your feet, find your light, get out of the green room. And I find more and more with younger comics, it's telling them, get out of the fucking green room. You are not a comic. You are an open micer. You are a baby comic. Leave us the fuck alone and go learn. They wouldn't let us come in the green room when I started because we had no business being in the green room because you don't know. I'm not telling you to get out of the green room because I'm being mean, not trying to include you. Don't be in the green room because you need to be watching comedy.
Yeah.
You need to be in the audience. You just started. You don't know your voice. You don't know an audience. Because when I started out, I knew what an audience felt like. So I knew if something wasn't working before they knew it wasn't working. But when you first start out, you don't have that feeling. You don't have that instinct. You don't know. But you want to sit in my face. So what's it like? No, fucker, go outside and watch stand up. Because the reason I can have some silly ass joke saying if the Lord ever blessed me with a dragon, I'm gonna burn New York down. That's a wild ass concept. But the only reason I thought to even say something so ridiculous is because I watched Maria Bamford and Baron Vaughn. Maria Bamford let me be ridiculous, but Baron Vaughn let me know as a black comic, I can be ridiculous. So why do you want to sit up and fuck up my evening?
In my face.
Eating my fucking cheese sticks.
Right. And being here because you want to say, well, I'm 2 years there, I have 15 minutes. No, you don't.
You definitely don't.
You definitely don't. And then don't want to believe me when I tell you don't.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, now he think you hating.
Yeah.
Why are you hating on me, sir?
And then niggas want to do Killin' It. And I'm like, nigga, no. All right.
Right. But because you're not given the frame of reference because no one's telling you, no, go learn. They made us learn.
So, somebody wanted to do this show recently, and I want to be like, who besides you and your mama would be excited to see you
on the show?
To see you on the show.
We've been keeping this seat very hot.
Oh,
it's
good.
It's only, you got to be killing it.
Sustained.
You got to be moving and grooving and shit got to be happening.
Well, it's like, the thing that comics will ask me especially, it's like, well, how does it feel like you made it? I'm like, nigga, I haven't.
Right.
I don't know. Because people thought it's like, oh, you on Daily Show, you made it. No, I didn't. This is one job.
You employed, working. Yeah.
I'm employed. Thank God I have this job.
Right.
I got to retire my mama. She wanted some fancy fridge. I could buy my mama some fancy fridge. I can take care of my family. Come on, fridge.
Come on, ice on the outside.
Sir, she wanted the thing where you press the screen and you can see what's in the fridge. And I was like, open the door. She's like, no. Why would I open the fridge where I can see from the outside? My mama watches church on the fridge. You understand?
Right.
So I'm running around all over the place. I'm in New York freezing my ass off, so my mama don't have to open her fridge to see what's in the fridge. Right? So that's one job. And then I had Great North. It's another job. You write a book. It's called Hello Friends, right? So you do all these things, but it's like this is a marathon. And so one job isn't you made it, right? It's a blessing that I'm able to still pay all of my bills because I'm not at the show anymore. And it's a blessing that I'm working enough to take. And I haven't had a time I'm like, oh, fuck, right? But everybody's idea of making it has shifted significantly because the whole industry has shifted significantly. And so what everyone's seeing as success is not actually going to be sustaining to you. Because people are like, oh, you're internet comic, but now all of these places are starting to pull the money out.
Yes.
So YouTube ain't paying what it used to. All these places aren't paying what they used to. So now we're rolling backwards again. Mm-hmm. Because the other thing that killed the industry it's killing the industry is the ad money's gone because the whole TV model is basically dead. So we have to, and nobody wanted to adjust for streamers because no single white man owns the internet. It's a no man's land, right? The other thing is business people started running an entertainment business. The other thing that sustained all of us so people could keep their insurance up was one, ads in between TV shows. Because even if you turn the channels, everybody went to commercial at the same time. So no matter where the fuck you flip. That's why Ted Turner, when he started TBS, made everything start 5 minutes later. So once you flip to him, well, fuck, now I gotta watch the Flintstones. So the other thing that happened was, and I was talking to some industry, like I was on a flight, and it was when we landed, the strike ended. It was nuts. Because you felt everybody go, huh, because we landed and somebody went, the strike ended. We're like, thank God. Like we were landing in New York and everybody was so fucking, we were all flying from LA. And the other thing is that he was telling me is that a bunch of business people started running a creative industry. Because what would happen is, so this is what people don't realize about the significance of pilot season and the significance of a pilot. So, first of all, I knew all these comics when I was coming up, and they would like, oh, I wrote this pilot. My manager would go, don't write a pilot, write a one sheet, because they will pay you to write the pilot. So you didn't write the pilot because they pay you to write the pilot. So one, you do a one sheet, they like your idea, they pay you to write a pilot. Then they make the pilot. That's another check. So now you make a pilot. Now you have just employed 200 people for the week. We do 300, we used to do 500 fucking pilots, right? Last year we did 15. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So then, now your show gets picked up. So you've gotten paid to write a pilot. You've gotten paid to shoot a pilot. Now you get a season for a TV show. Now you employ 200 people for 22 episodes. Not to mention the fact you had to employ a writer's room first. So that's another job. So now if you created this show, now you're getting paid to be in the writer's room to write the show. And now we're shooting the show. That's 22 episodes. So now you've put 200 to 300 people to work, at least 150 people to work. And now the studio's getting paid and da-da-da-da-da. So then there's a triple effect. If you're shooting a TV show, now you got to buy clothes. There's that. You got to buy makeup. You got to do hair. You got to buy lights. You got to buy this. You got to pay transportation. You got to buy food. So now all of the things that happen because of one TV show directly affect the entire economy of a city. But now we don't have 500 pilots. We have 15 pilots. So all of the food that you were selling to be on a set, we're not selling it. All the security guards that you had to hire, all the gas you had to buy, all the vehicles you had to get, all the clothes you had to buy, all of these things are not being purchased anymore because a bunch of corporate motherfuckers started coming into entertainment thing because everybody set it up so everybody could eat. So now Netflix doesn't shoot pilots.
Nope.
So how many steps of payment did we lose?
Right.
Netflix doesn't shoot pilots. Netflix shoots a whole series. Nobody's shooting 22 episodes anymore. Now we're shooting 10 episodes. We like your idea. We're going to pay you to write an entire season, and then we're going to shoot it, and that is it.
Sheesh. Yeah, baby.
And then it comes out. And so now now there's no ad money because people don't pay for ads, right? So you're paying not to see ads, but now ad dollars aren't coming in. So now the subscribers to Netflix are paying for TV shows as opposed to ads on Netflix paying for TV shows. So now they're only going to pay for shows that they think people will watch.
Thank goodness for comedy, man.
Praise God.
Get us out of there, Jay.
Go ahead and wrap it up.
All right, man. Listen, hey, we learned shit today, baby. We had a beautiful episode. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. Please tell the people where they can find you.
I'm at dulcesloan.com. DULCESLOAN.com. I have a lip gloss brand with another comedian named Lace Larrabee called Giggle Gloss. That's some of the merch I sell on the road, and the other merch I sell is my ministry of No More Broke Dick. That is nomorbrokedick.com, and me and my mom make all the merch.
Nice.
Because no one, there's nothing like having your enemy in your bed. So, but broke dick's great, but in the long run, it will eventually be a problem.
Never had any of that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy BT Kingsley.
London Brown.
Justin Hyers.
Another episode of Killin and Dulcé Sloan.
Dulcé!
We did it, baby.
We're outside.